My ability wasn't spatial storage, and it wasn't repair. It was something she couldn't comprehend, almost like a law of nature. A power so deep it touched the fundamental laws themselves. She stayed quiet for a long time, then finally bowed to me. Blade Squad, from today, we follow your orders. With the Blade Squad on my side, I truly controlled Blue Bay residences. I set new rules. Everyone, powered or not, got food if they worked. With my endless supplies, I quickly won them over. At the same time, I'd cleared out all the troublemakers in the community. Under my management, Blue Bay had been completely transformed, thriving and vibrant. My parents looked at me with pride and satisfaction in their eyes. They never asked what my ability actually was. They only knew their son had grown up and that he'd become someone everyone could rely on. Once the base was running smoothly, I started thinking about something deeper. What exactly were the limits of my ability? I'd refreshed instant noodles. I'd refreshed entire buildings. So could I refresh a living person? I found a guard who'd been scratched by a zombie in combat. Someone who had already begun to turn. Everyone thought he was beyond saving. I sent everyone away. I closed the door and placed my hand on his forehead. A soft white light enveloped the guard. His agonized screams gradually subsided. The mutations in his body visibly receded. I watched his wound vanish and felt a tidal wave rise in my chest. I'd done it. I'd restored his body to its original state before infection. This meant the zombie virus was no longer a death sentence. This discovery thrilled me even more than refreshing an entire building. If I could cure the zombie virus, didn't that mean I could save more people? Maybe even end this apocalypse. A grand plan quietly took shape in my mind. But before that, I had some personal business to settle. I called Shen Ling in and asked if there'd been any news of a survivor group called Li Huo, the one with Chen Yan, that D-rank flame manipulator, and my ex, Lu Ruyan. Shen Ling pulled up the map and pointed to a large supermarket in the East District. According to our intel, they'd occupied that location. They're the largest faction in the East. Their leader's name is Chen Yan, a peak D-rank flame manipulator. A cold glint flashed in my eyes. Let's go pay our neighbor a visit tomorrow. The next day, I only brought Shen Ling and the Blade Squad. We drove in an armored off-roader I'd upgraded and plowed straight through to that big supermarket. The place had been turned into a solid fortress. Armed guards lined the walls. Our arrival immediately put them on edge. State your name. Shen Ling leaned out and shouted, Lin Fan from Lanbei Base. Here to see Chen Yan, leader of Blaze Base. The men on the wall clearly hadn't heard of me, but they knew Lanbei Base. Before long, the supermarket's main gate swung open. A man in a red leather jacket stepped out. Behind him was Lu Ruyan, all smiles and flattery. It had been months. Lu Ruyan seemed to be doing pretty well for herself. She froze when she saw me. Then her face twisted with open contempt and smug superiority. Well, if it isn't Lin Fan, couldn't hack it out there. Come crawling to Blaze for help. She probably still thought I was that pathetic loser who needed her protection. Chen Yan looked me up and down too, especially when he spotted Shen